Recording is on. Also, you can see my screen. So here, this is our code. Now I need to run it. So let's go to the terminal. CD desktop, CD Stack batch, CD BCM project, and nvm use 18. You don't need to do this thing. I have multiple versions of Node, that's why I'm doing this thing. Now npm run dev, from where I'm getting this command. Open the package.json file and I want to run this script. So what is the command to run it? npm run dev. If you want to run this thing, so internally wit would be getting executed. So when you say this thing, this is mapped to the command wit, right? And that's why dev server gets started on your local machine. Hit the enter. Then can you see localhost 5173? So type it localhost 5173. Now see, presently if I do like this, it is showing me the empty HTML. There is nothing. So what is the URL after this? /, right? So there is nothing means what? Now if you see here, I'm writing / and then making an enter. / is getting disappeared, which means that this / is pointing to one page, and that page is called as index page, right? And that's why, can you see index.html? There is nothing right now. Now if I write h1 over here, remember that this / points to whom? Index page. Forwards to whom? Hello, can you see index page now? Which means that whenever you come to your website, which page would be getting open automatically? That page is called as which page? Index page. It's a HTML only. But whenever a default URL, for example, if you are typing abc.com, now whenever you do this thing here, can you see here you don't write any HTML. You don't need to write index.html. You don't need to write it. So the default page of your website is called as index page, that is going to get indexed on the internet. And that's why when you do abc.com, automatically one page get rendered. You don't need to explicitly type index.html. It is automatically there. So in your website, when you say index.html, so this page would be getting loaded automatically. So here we can write the login related code also, right? Whenever you come to the page, so instead of login over here, we can write the login related code also over here. I will ask you to do that thing to you guys. Hello? Yes. Right? What do you mean by index page? This index page is a default page. When you say google.com, you don't write google.com / index.html. It is not necessary. But for other pages, you need to write it. You write it or you don't write it, it will come in this way. But generally it is not necessary to write it. It will automatically render that page. That is the index page, correct? Hello? But if you want to go to the localhost 5173 / login, so login is the folder on your server. This is the local server. Only this much URL. This is the host on which your application is running, and on that computer, so this is the computer on which application is running, and this is the mapped number to that application, and onto that there is a login folder, right? Onto that server there is a login folder, and inside that login.html and something like that, abc pqr login, it will go to the dashboard, correct? Then we have seen /customer /customer and customers.html. Now if you want to see this, let's go to the customer page, customer.html, customer.js. Have you understood this, guys, or not? Hello? Have you understood this or not?
So please explain once again.
Okay. Let's try to create a new screen which is on the same part. Now here what we need to generate is clear, right? We need to generate what? Table. Yes or no? We need to generate what?
Yes.
Table.
Table.
So what would be your code? Your code would be like this. In a T body, you would be having TRs. Sorry, not this. In a this we would be having. Correct? Something like this. Just comment out this script. So data would be static. Can you see $? So presently I will not delete this thing, but here you would be having actual data, right? And that's why it is printing $1, mobile, name, and something like this. So this is the structure. So you would be having different TRs. TR. Actually, this should be in a TR. TR stands for what? Table row. So this is a one TR. Make sure that you will format the document. So this is the one TR. This is another TR. This is another TR. This is another TR. And can you see? You would be getting these many rows. You would be getting these many rows. Correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this is the static data we have. TR, TD, TR. Statically we have written. But now what we need to do, the records should come from this array. Records should come from this array, right? So static, we don't need any static records. Let's delete it. Now who will add the records? The JavaScript will add the records. From where? From this array, the records would be getting added. So const tbody. This is clear. This line is clear or not? Document dot query selector. So if you want to select this tbody in a CSS, what code you will write? If you want to select this tbody, what code you will write? So you have, remember that you have ID to this table. So in a CSS you can say hash what? This customer table, hash customer table. So which will give you this table, yes or no? So hash customer table will give you what? This table, right? Now inside table there is the tbody. I want to access this tbody. So either you can use child selector like tbody, right? One way of doing this thing is this, or simply give the space adjacent sibling selector. Sorry, it's an adjacent sibling, or what's that? Adjacent sibling. Remember this or not?
Yes, sir.
We have seen the combinators. Sorry, it's a descendant selector. What is this? Space means what? There are 4 types of combinators in the CSS. descendant selector, child selector, adjacent sibling selector, and the general sibling selector. Do you remember this? Hello? Do you remember
Yes.
this?
Yes.
All guys, please respond. Do you remember this? Hello? What about other members? Are you there or not?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Combinators in CSS3. So here we have used one of the combinator, descendant selector space. So if you want to access this T body in a CSS, you will write this CSS selector, right? And you can use same CSS selector in JavaScript also. If you want to select this T body, you can use same CSS selector. You can use same CSS selector. Can you see? Hash customer body, descendant selector, T body. That's what meaning of this. So if you say document.get element by ID, you can access only by means of ID. But when you use a query selector, full-fledged CSS3 selectors are available to you. All the CSS3 selectors are available to you. Whatever we can do in a CSS3 for selecting, all that things we can write over here. Now const row, here you have created new row. If you go here, this is the new row we are creating. Inside that we are creating new rows. The number of elements are there, that many rows would be getting created. If you see, that many rows would be getting created for each. So length, these many rows would be getting created, create element, and that would be getting appended. Appended means what? In a T body, if you remove this much code, what's remaining? What is this? Create a new row element and append to the T body. Create new row element, append to T body, right? Now what is this? What CST is pointing to? CST is nothing but each object. At the 0th iteration, CST will point to this. At the first iteration, CST will point to this. At the second iteration, this CST will point to this. On the third iteration, CST will point to this. On the fourth iteration, this CST will point to this, right? And you have created row element, and what then? Inside row, you have created row, and now inside row you need to add what? TD, table data. TDs you are adding. TD means what? Your actual data, one ABC, sorry, one mobile, something like this. The name ABC and action, sorry, DOB 01 and action. Two buttons we need to add, simply like that. So whatever you are doing statically, same code you are doing dynamically. Can you see you are adding TD inside this row, TR. This is the TR. Row means what? TR. Got it or not? Hello? Is that clear? All of you? This is the TD. These are the two buttons, edit and delete. These are nothing but these two buttons, edit and delete. Now if I click on the delete, particular row should be deleted. Particular row should be deleted from this item. Now see how to do that. If you click on delete, this row should be deleted. Okay. So presently we have statically written 1. Let's add ID also over here. What do you mean by this line, team? What do you mean by this line? What CST is having? CST is having a JavaScript object, and that object would be having the keys ID, mobile, name, DOB. If you remember the destructuring of the object, in the JavaScript we have studied one concept, destructuring. So meaning of this is equals to this. So I will comment this. So here const id is equals to cst dot id. Then const mobile is equals to cst dot mobile. Const name is equals to cst dot name. Const dob is equals to cst dot dob. So instead of writing these 4 lines, you can write it in a one line in a ES6. Destructuring. What is this? Hello?
Yes, sir. Destructuring.
You got it, right? What we have done here exactly. We have seen this. We have seen this in a JavaScript. Destructuring. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now today's task is to provide action to these buttons. How do you do that? Remember that it is written in the JavaScript, but remember that this is you are writing in a HTML. This code is getting copy pasted in HTML. Although you can see it is in the JavaScript, remember that this is a part of the HTML. So this is not a JavaScript. What is this? This is what? HTML. So whenever this script would be getting executed, can you see this T body is empty, and into this empty T body, if you inspect it, go to the body, go to the table, go to the T body, can you see the TRs are getting added in a T body, but in actual source file TRs are not available. TRs are not available, but here TRs are there. Remember that these TRs are associated, are available in HTML. It has nothing to do with the JavaScript. So if you have TR, consider that if you have a TR, or if you have a button over here, and I want to assign a on click event, can you see on click event we need to provide. So you'll write on click over here, right? You'll write on click over here, and then you will pass function, whatever function you write in a JavaScript, that function you will pass. So consider that this function, say hi const hi, this function, and console.log button clicked, and here I can say hi, right? One way of writing here is that button. And if you go to the console, can you see here there is a small button here, button clicked, it is this button. So how do you write the event? We have seen this also. So these are the standard event names which are available in HTML. Means whenever this button is getting clicked, this function would be getting executed. Whenever you click this button, this function is getting executed. Whenever you click this button, this function is getting executed, right? Whenever you click this button, this function is getting executed. Do not forget this thing. I will comment it. Same happens over here. So here you need to write on click, and here we can say in outside this for loop, the way we have written over here, const on del. This function name can be anything. On del means on delete. Console.log delete called on del. Let us see. Can you see this is not working? Delete. Okay. What's the concern? Oh, we didn't assign this on del. On del. Refresh it. Still not on del.
Sir, it is in the edit.
Edit.
button.
I'm sorry. This is in the edit. Just go to the delete. On del. Refresh it and see. Yeah, delete is called. Delete called second times. Delete called third times. Like this. Right? But here there are 10 delete buttons. If you see here. So this function is called for which delete button? This function is called for which delete button? That is not clear. Right? So this is one delete button. For this delete button also same function is going to be called. For this delete button also same function is going to be called. Do you agree with this or not? For every delete function, for every delete button, same function is going to be called. For every delete button, same function would be getting called. Now what? Same delete function would be getting called. But I need to differentiate. We can differentiate by means of ID. Can we pass ID as a parameter over here? $ID. We can pass ID as a parameter. And this or here also we can get the ID. Right? And then delete called, and here we can say ID. Now let us see. Click on delete. Can you see? Delete called for 1, delete called for 2, delete called for 3, delete called for 5. Again see 3. See here. Can you see that? Means we got the ID. Now simple thing, you have an array. An array is having array of JavaScript object, and you have the ID. You have what? ID. Now if you have this ID, can you delete element from this array? Now you can consider like this. This is my array. This is my array. ARR and 1. This is the ID colon 1. Name colon ABC. So this is one object I have. Similarly, I have another object, or let's remove this thing. This is my array 1, 4, 5, 6. Now I want to delete 4 from this thing. I want to delete 4 from this array. How do you do that? You'll write the for loop. ARR a normal for loop, let I is equals to 0. I is less than ARR dot length I plus plus. And you will delete this, right? You'll write a code inside and you will check the index. If 4 is there, you will delete it, right? Similarly, same logic you need to apply here. I have array of object and I know one of the key, a unique key. ID is unique throughout. So if I have unique key, can I delete it? So you can write simple for loop for let I is equals to 0. I is less than custs dot length I plus plus. Now you'll check this ID. So here you can say custs or const current element EL is equals to, instead of just say CST, variable name can be anything. So custs of I. So cust of I means what? You will get at the 0th iteration this element, 2nd iteration this element, 3rd iteration this element, 4th iteration this element, right? And here you will check if CST dot ID is exactly equals to CST dot ID is exactly equals to this incoming ID. If they are matching, you need to perform. So you will say that this ID is available in the customer array, and you need to perform the delete related thing, right? Hello. Now, so from here what we will return? We will return the index. If ID is matching, we are going to return what? Index, that is nothing but I. If ID is matching, I am returning from here what? Index. Okay, or here we can say let IND is equals to -1 in the beginning. If matching, here we can say IND is equals to I. Correct? IND is equals to I. So I got the index. Now custs dot slice. Do you remember slice function? Start from 0 and till IND. So first slice would be like this. Let's print console.log, and second slice would be from IND to cust, or just make from the IND to the end. Go here, delete it, delete one is called, yeah, see here, try to understand. See here, there is a, okay, let us see what is happening. Delete 1 2 3 4, technically one has to be deleted. Now what is happening? Indexes are starting from the 0. Indices are starting from 0 to IND. So it will start from 0, it will end from this. So here, okay, slice function, do you remember slice and splice?
Yes.
So tell me, what is the slice and splice? What do you mean by splice and what do you mean by slice? Okay, 0 to 3rd, here we can say 0 to 2nd and 2nd onwards. Let us see what happens. Yeah, 0 1. So what we have written here, slice from the 0 to 2. So this is the 0th element, 1st, 2nd. So this is the exclusive, this won't be there. and here 3 and 4th, 3 and 4th. So can you see here? Okay, at the both places 0 and 1 is there. 0 and 1 is there. Oh, it should starts from 2 and ends on custs dot length. It should be like this. Now see, here 0 and 1, and can you see 3 and 4? You get the two splices, 0 and 1. So I want to delete this second one. I want to delete this second one. So here, if you write second, 0 1 2 3, 0 1 2, this is the 0 1 2, this is the exclusive, this will not come into there. Okay, so here what we have written, this 2 plus, this 2 plus 1 we need to do, and like this, and delete it. Now if you create the array const deleted is an array, so write it. So we are trying to delete the second one, remember that. This is the first array and this is the second array. Refresh it. Okay, we didn't print this deleted. See, this is the pure business logic. Now here if you see two array inside array, but here you need to write the spread operator, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, all the elements would be copied 1 2 3, spread operator. Now refresh it and look at the third element here, 1 3 4. The third element means this guy is deleted, not this one is deleted. Can you see, this one is deleted, only 1 is there, 2 is there, 4 is there. 1 is there, 2 is there, 4 is there. So what would be our logic? Here we can say ind, and here we can say ind plus 1, index plus 1, index plus 1. So here ind plus 1. Refresh it, click on the delete and see what it will having. 1 3 4. We clicked on this 2, remember that. Refresh it. So clicked on this 1, and if you see, can you see 1 is not there in here, 2 3 4 is there. So if you click on this, this array shouldn't have 4, 1 2 3, means your logic is working, means your logic is working, right? But concern over here is that, let make this let, and what you can do, custs is equals to deleted. Okay, now let us do one thing. Let's write a function for this. I'll do it. Let's restructuring of the code required, and here we can say function populate table, populate table. So all this will go in a populate table, proper use of function, and after this I can call populate table, and here also we can call populate table, or simply after writing this we can call populate table. Now click on delete. Okay, so concern is that So first we need to make custs is equals to an empty. Refresh it. Now see delete. Okay, the earlier things are not getting removed because populate table, here we can say function clear table. First we need to write the clear table, and this tbody dot remove and in this for each, okay, this is okay, clear table. Okay, fine, I got it what's happening. So the data is getting deleted from this custs array, but it is not getting deleted from the HTML which is loaded. You need React. Can you see? To delete one item, from the table, how much efforts you need to put. See how much code you are writing actually. In a React, this is a 3 line of code. So if you don't understand this, or if you want to neglect it, no problem, you can neglect it. But why we are covering this project, you need to know what is the need of React. What is the need of React? You need to know. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this is the need of React. So just for deleting this line, how much code you are writing? Now you need to populate the table after every deleting. Okay, just a minute. So let's go to the chat GPT. Let's ask chat GPT. So give me code for removing for removing give me function which can delete row by id. Okay, see, delete row by id. Right, so we need to write this code. Can you see, I was refraining myself from using these functions. We have seen that, we have absolutely seen that, but you need to know. Can you see splice we have used over here, splice. So let's get this function. So whatever function, this function I have written in the beginner's way. This function I have written in what? Beginner's way. So this is a professional's way. So here delete row by id. I will keep this function also, or we can say function beginner's way. Beginner's way, and I will add this thing into the beginner's way. So I will not delete it. Right? On del, so simply we can call this delete row by ID. Instead of on del, we can call this delete row by ID. Now go here and refresh it. It has done something like this. Remove this thing, we don't need. Refresh it. Console.log ID dollar ID ID1 ID2. Oh, get element by ID. It has taken another approach. Now if you see, it has assigned, can you see row.id? It has assigned in HTML also. Here it has assigned a row.id is equals to this ID. Now go here, can you see? Deleted, 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 deleted. Delete 1, it has been deleted. Delete 2, it has been deleted. Can you see how much code we have written? So this is the beginner's way. This much code you have written. This is the professional's way. What it has done, just it has checked the find index. Here we have created our own index. We have written logic for getting the index. Can you see ind1 -1? But there is a built-in function. We have seen array operations. Find index is a built-in function. Find index is a built-in function. And same condition, cst.id exactly equals to id. Can you see cst.id exactly equals to id? Same thing, we got the index over here. But they have used the function. If index is not equals to -1, then splice operation, remove the customers from array. That's it. And then remove the HTML. Remember that this is from the custs array. From this custs array, this line custs array, you are removing, right? And this is removing from the HTML code. Now React says that only work with the data and not with the HTML. So these two lines will say that you need React. Because of these two things, you are doing two operations over here. So this operation is related to the DOM, document object model, and this is the business logic. React says that focus on this and don't focus on these things. Focus on this, don't focus on these things. These are not meant to be done by you. React will take care of this thing. But we are doing on our own everything because we need to know what's happening internally. And that's why we are writing this lengthier code. You getting my point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
That's it for the day. Customers delete functionality. README. Actually, day 73. We had session yesterday also, but we resolved the queries day 73. And here delete operation. I have pushed the code. Also, I will upload all the recordings. Let's call it for the day. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.